Happy Tuesday and welcome to Chaos and Commentary. I'm Ryan.
I'm Jordan. Let's get into it.
We are back after a 2 to 3 week little vacation hiatus. We definitely had some stuff going on. I know Jordan did. Jordan, tell us about the fucking new Millennium Blizzard in Nebraska.
Dude, Nebraska, I don't know. Nebraska's weather is just all over the place. We could have a blizzard, a heat wave, and I don't even know, like a monsoon all in 1 week. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
It's like being in New England.
Maybe, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But it's freaking wild. But yeah, a couple weeks back, we lost power for like 3 days. Because this random blizzard, and mind you, 2 days prior to this blizzard, we had 80-degree weather, and I'm not even exaggerating. It was 80 degrees and perfect. But yeah, so blizzard came through on a Wednesday, blew out 1,000 power poles in my area, and I live out in the country. So I'm not far from the city by any means, but it's like farmland all around me. So it's a lot more wide open. The wind just is not forgiving because you have nothing around your power poles to protect them. So yeah, we were without power, and living in the country without power, you can't use the toilets because we're on well water. So you can't flush them because we need power to get the water from the well into our pipes. So that was really challenging. It never really dipped below like 40 degrees outside.
Well, that's a good thing.
Right. So it was fine. I mean, for the most part, but it's just my comfort thing is like having a hot shower, like after a bad day, or just, feeling uncomfortable, or just right before bed, just
Jordan's idea of camping and roughing it, everyone, is like a hotel with bad room service. Just to put that out there for everyone.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even get mad about that because it's true. I'll camp for fun every once in a while, but I have to really wrap my head around it and prepare myself to be uncomfortable.
I'm going to be 40 this year, and I just have to say, as far as like camping, I'm bringing a mattress. There's no way I'm sleeping on the ground in a sleeping bag. I'm bringing a blow-up mattress. Other than that, I'm down to camp.
Last time I went camping, I just went and met my parents at their campground, and I put an air mattress in the back of my Cherokee, and I slept in. I didn't put up a tent or nothing. I just slept in the back.
Just did it.
Thing. Yep, I just slept in the car. It was actually pretty nice. I didn't mind it. So. Anyways, what about you, Ryan? What have you been up to?
Oh my goodness. Work has just been absolutely nuts. So I've been focusing a lot on that. Then we had some real big health issues with my mom.
She doing better?
I mean, I guess. She's
on the road.
Yeah, I guess she's supposed to have a surgery for her heart and like a pacemaker thing on the 16th to get her out of AFib and like things working. Love you, Mom. Hope you're feeling better if you watch this. Yeah, I don't know. Are you starting off too?
Yeah.
That's how Chaos and Commentary rolls.
Whoop whoop, absolute baby.
Sponsor us, baby. You should
see
the giant absolute picture I have in my downstairs bathroom. And then we have all these like funny signs like text me, I know you're on your phone. With rain comes thunder. Like it's all like funny bathroom sayings that my wife put up. But it's like, because our bar's downstairs and all that. Anyways, so so dealing with that. And then of course I went to Boston over one of the weekends with my wife. Went and saw my boy Michael Blaustein. He was hilarious. Got his autograph. I got to meet him. That was dope.
I thought this whole time his name was Michael Boston.
No, Bloss.
Until I saw the poster.
So he didn't just.
I go, Kyle, have you ever heard of Michael Boston? He's actually in Boston tonight. How funny is that?
Oh my God. No, not at all. So we all go there. Like we're like front row. It was awesome. He was so funny. And so of course, all of us being drinkers as we are, we're like, we'll go up to the bar and get drinks. Like, oh no, there's a waitress. My drink. Okay. How much do you think it costs for one?
$18.
I'll put it to you this way. For 6 drinks, it was over $200.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It was.
That's how it is in Vegas during March Madness.
It's like but you know what? It was so worth it. When we got in there, I had to pee. And then I come back out and there was this like Venmo thing on the screen, like meet and greet afterward. And I was like, okay, I want to meet him. Like my favorite comedian, loves Stiff Socks, his podcast with his boy, like would love to meet him. And he was super chill. I told him my joke. And
What
I
was your
said,
joke?
what's Peter Pan's favorite place to eat out?
Oh no.
And he's looking at me, goes, "This gonna be something racist?" And I was like, "No,
Wendy's?
Wendy's."
Oh, good.
So he laughed. It was funny. Like, he just super, super down to earth, cool guy. It was awesome. Great experience. We will definitely check him out again if he comes back. He was super funny. We got a great picture of all of us. So it was cool. It was
That's
a lot of fun.
awesome. That's so awesome. Well, along with my blizzard troubles, you know, I had a trip planned to go to Mexico for a few days with some friends. And a week before we were supposed to leave, my husband checked, you know, make sure our passports are in order, getting them entered on the flight information, all that stuff. Well, he went to go get our passports where we keep them, and mine was not there. We tore up this entire fucking house, Ryan. And I had just cleaned it. Like, it literally set me into like this spiral of like, I'm so overwhelmed I can't function. It was ridiculous. So we didn't find it. So I had to call the closest passport agency to me, which is Minneapolis, a good 6 hours away. And I had to make a quick little trip 5 days before we were supposed to fly out to Minneapolis to get a new passport same day. A lot of people have questions on that. If you have questions, put them in the comments. I'll answer them for you if you're ever in a predicament. I will tell you, there were some people who were flying out that night who needed a passport and the next day. And I'm like, how? And they drove from, you know, about the same amount I did, just from different places. Because
you're
there's
like one
only
of those last minute people. And my wife is like that. Like, she'll pack everything last minute, and I'm ready like 3 days before we leave.
Yeah, see, I don't like when my clothes get wrinkled in the suitcase.
I roll mine.
Maybe that's what I need to start doing.
Yeah.
Because I just like
I
my
have
dresses,
OCD.
I like lay them out as nice as I possibly can in there, and like all the things. Because that's what, because okay, when I pack for Mexico, this is what I have: swimsuit, because that's your outfit for the day.
Yep.
Dress for dinner. Swimsuit, dress for dinner. So I have, you know, I bring enough for each day. I mean, I reuse swimsuits and stuff, but like I bring at least 3 with me if I want to be gone for a week. Anyway, so yeah, went to Minneapolis, came back 5 days later, got on a plane to Mexico, and it was fucking phenomenal. We just were in the pool all day. We went and saw some Mayan ruins, which is super dope.
Oh, that's awesome.
We were down in Tulum, so we checked those out. We went to a cenote, which is like, so it's like this
Isn't
fresh
that wine?
a cenote.
Sonate? I don't know. Go on.
Yeah,
that sounds like a brand.
but like a cenote, it's like fresh water in like a limestone cavern of some sort, so it's like not connected to the ocean. But like I'm terrified of these things, okay? Because there's little fishies in there, and I'm like, how the fuck the fish get in there? Where'd they come from if they're not connected to the ocean? I saw deep blue sea. I ain't getting eaten up by some shark that you didn't know was in there.
This is not the Meg. I mean, however, the dire wolf, who knows? I don't even know if that's true or not, but
I'm telling you, like, if
it's ridiculous.
It was scary. And like, but this time, like, cause I've been in a cenote once before, and I was in there for 30 seconds. And I'm like, cause it's like 60-degree water, first of all. So it's already a shock when you jump in. It's cold.
Is that the one where your friend was like hanging out on the rock?
Yeah, he was like hanging. I mean,
yeah.
Steven's, he's just, that's Steven. But no, it was a cool picture. I thought it was fun. But
it was a great picture.
I wouldn't have done it. But yeah, so we're in there, and I'm just like, like trying to control my breathing because I'm like freaking out. But like this one had a lot more fishies in it, like little tiny ones, like the ones where you stick your foot in the box and it eats all the dead skin off your feet.
That's great.
Ugh. But they kept touching me. I don't know. It was weird. But I stayed in for a good 15 minutes, which the last time I was in for 30 seconds and I hopped right out. I was like, nah, I'm good. But yeah, Mexico was great.
I'm good. I mean, I popped in for 30 seconds. It's been fantastic.
But anyway, yeah. So cheers, we're finally back.
Cheers,
we just had a lot going
back.
on. And we're gonna get into some stuff. What are we talking about today?
What are we talking about today? We have so much to catch up on.
Mm-hmm.
We obviously have to catch up on a little Blake and Justin drama.
Oh yeah, I watched that Hulu little thing today.
Oh yes, that thing on Hulu was wild. We got to catch up on Yellowjackets, White Lotus,
1923.
Yes, Jordan's going to talk about 1923 because I have still yet to be able to get into it, but I keep trying.
Let's start with White Lotus since we both know about it.
What a season.
Literally.
Hashtag spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, I went on Locke. A little bit of backstory for anybody who maybe hasn't seen it, even though we're going to spoil it or whatever, is the dad did some shit he shouldn't have done, and it was all fraudulent and
Well, yeah,
whatever.
they never say specifically what he did, but I think it's like embezzling.
Yeah.
You know, or money laundering, something within his business that he owns or is a part of.
And his oldest son works for him. I thought, I want you to worship me, not.
Oh my God, dude. Like, that's not even what the little brother was talking about.
Totally not. And
he
like,
totally made it about that. And it's like,
I'm just trying to be a
okay.
people pleaser. You were by yourself, so I thought it'd be appropriate while I was having sex with a girl to jerk my brother off. This is why you don't do drugs, people. My God, what in the Southern Fried Chicken is going on in this show?
People got pissed about Game of Thrones and the incest in that.
Please.
Like, this is way worse. In my opinion.
They didn't even have sex. You just gave him a handy. I listen, I am all about a good show with a good plot. And like, I find White Lotus to be very thriller-like. You got all the homophobes out there freaking the fuck out. Oh my God. I think it's more about the fact that it's two guys.
Do you think it's guys or brothers? Do you think it's because they're
both.
guys?
I think it's the two guys and two brothers, because if it was two lesbian sisters going at it, scissoring each other, the world would be on fire, because as men, we're pigs.
Do you watch The Last of Us, or have you?
No.
Okay, you should, because the new season comes out, I think, this Sunday. But there was like a whole episode about this gay couple. It's actually played by Nick Offerman from The Office, or not The Office, from Parks and Rec. But everyone loved that.
This is what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like kind of all over the place.
The director pushed the boundaries on incest, but they were all doped up on whatever drug they were on. I am not from the South. You're not going to catch me ever sleeping with someone in my family. Y'all know you do that down there with your cousins and shit. Why walk across the street when you can walk across the hall? I'm just saying, y'all know you do it down there, okay?
They're gonna yell at you. We're gonna get in trouble. Don't yell at me. Yell at Ryan.
My wife is from the South. I have a lot of family there. I'm not from the South. We're from New England. We don't do that. We just drink dunks. Dunks. Anyways, so I think it's just because it was two brothers and that it was two guys. Deadass. That's what I think. Like, I was like, what the hell? When I watched it, I was like, whoa.
I was like, this can't be right. Like,
no, and I thought it was him watching them. I didn't realize his brother was hooking up with that.
He was doing it to himself.
That's what I thought too. And then coming to find out when he goes through the Buddha thing and he realizes what he did, and then explaining it to his brother, I actually kind of felt bad for him. You know, he's always looked up to his brother and his dad and all these people who are doing things with their life and understanding what type of person they are, and him trying to find himself and figure it out. Like, clearly the dude wasn't gay.
Right.
I mean, look at the girl he hooked up with. She was hot as fuck.
But like, I think it's so weird, and maybe they added these little tidbits in just to kind of prepare us for what happened. But like, even like when he was talking about his sister, I can't remember their names, the older brother. Like when he was talking about his sister and how
she hadn't had sex.
Yeah, or like why are you speculating about your sister's sex life at all?
I think it was a very weird feeling, like the mom being super into, you know, oh, we have money. I could never live poor like a peasant and all this. And then the brother is just a womanizer who just wants to sleep with everyone. It was a weird scene. But then at the end, you know, his dad takes those, they're not avocados, but whatever that fruit was, and the seeds are poisonous and deadly. He grinds them all up, hands out pina coladas to everyone but the youngest son, then slaps it out of the oldest dude's hands, his oldest son's hands, and then goes, oh, the milk or whatever is bad.
Yeah.
So they don't drink them. And then the next day, the young son wakes up, Lachlan, makes a protein shake. Almost, I thought he was going to die. I was like, no.
I thought he was dead.
I felt horrible because I felt like he was a really good kid who was just trying to find himself and didn't really know any better because he comes from all this money and a womanizing brother, a mom who was a fucking pill popper, and a dad that was never around. And a sister who
she wants to live a more simple life and not be reliant on all of the luxury things that she has in her life. It turns out that's not what she wants. She realized that that's not going to work for her.
That she's going to be just like her mom. She can't live without the things that was Lachlan who wanted to be less like them.
That's why he allowed her, Because at first, I think the dad was asking all those questions because he's like, okay, who do I let live? Who do I not let live? The older brother's like, this is all I have in my life.
Yep.
This is my identity. The mom said she couldn't live without the luxury items. The daughter was like, yeah, I could totally live in Thailand for a year. And then she changed her tune last minute, so he gave her one as well.
Yep. And then
Ugh.
they all end up living. And of course, I felt super horrible. The black lady, the masseuse, Belinda, she pulled the same shit on her little boyfriend that Tanya, or whatever her name was, played on her in the first season. She was going to invest.
Oh, I
in
know.
Belinda, and she pulled the same thing on that really nice guy. And I assume it's going to work out great for her and her son.
I can't believe she took the money. I'm actually surprised. I thought for sure she was going to turn him in.
I felt like she kind of deserved it after what she went through in season 1.
Yeah.
I still think season 4, I'm assuming it got renewed.
I don't know. I
don't know.
Probably.
Season 4, somehow everything with the husband, Tanya's husband, that's still alive, things have to come to fruition.
Right.
Because you've just left this giant open door.
Mm-hmm.
And then I felt so bad for the English girl with the guy, and it ended up being his father. And I felt so bad because she was so in love with him. Like, she just believed that deep down he was this awesome dude. And boom, he was like a psychopath. And then finds out it's his dad. He kills him. And then she ends up dead. And I felt really bad when she died.
Did the old dude die?
I think so, yeah.
I don't remember them showing that he died. I know he got shot. But
yeah.
He definitely got shot. I mean, he could have died. I just don't remember. Like each of them, like they showed, God, I don't know anybody's name.
They showed Guy Talk at the end being the main bodyguard, and it was just her in the car, not the husband. That's why I just assumed the husband was dead.
Oh yeah, probably. You're right.
I mean, I could be wrong.
I can't remember.
But I read a lot of articles just on the characters for this season, and people were just so floored by some of the scenes and the things that were going on, and we're so disgusted by it. And I'm like, look what's going on in our world right now. Man the fuck up.
Weirder shit happens, dude. I'm
absolutely.
just saying, 100%.
Please, Jamie was banging Cersei from behind in Game of Thrones, and you're worried about somebody getting a freaking handy from their brother? Get out of here. For God's sake.
Do you know who the director is?
No.
The director of White Lotus. Have you seen School of Rock?
I have not. Yes, I have. It was a long time ago.
Ned Schneebly, or the actual shit. Oh, sorry.
Man down.
No. So the guy that Jack Black pretends to be, as the substitute, that the really albino looking dude. Yeah. I hate to say, I probably shouldn't say it that way. But you know what I'm talking about.
Albino's not a bad word.
I don't know. He's very pale and everything.
Don't say albino.
He's the director of White Lotus. That's his creation.
No shit.
Isn't that wild?
That is wild, to be honest with you.
And it's like I don't know, you can't judge a book by its cover. I think that's kind of why I bring it up, because it's like, that came out of you. Like, he's just like this squirrely little guy, you know what I mean? And just from visually, and he has all these weird things happen in the show, and
I think he's got a good imagination for thriller. Like, I find it to be very thrillerish. It just fucks with your head, and it also just goes to show how fucked up people's lives are and how fucked up people are in their heads. And it's something that we see daily, but I feel like we don't talk about enough.
100%.
Everybody has their quirks.
I feel like the last 5 years, because of the pandemic and TikTok blowing up, everyone's just letting it all out. I feel like people are being a lot more real than they have since forever. Because it's always been about keep things, if you're going through something difficult, keep it behind closed doors. Or if there's a marital problem, that's in your marriage. You don't talk about that outside of your marriage, because that makes other people uncomfortable.
When did it become taboo to be real about shit, whether it be marriage or sex or whatever?
But it's also sharing your story, helps other people, with whatever they're going through. Because if you're going through something, I guarantee there's more than one person in the world going through the same exact
100%.
thing. And when you can, when you realize that, and you almost feel validated and oh shit, yeah, this really sucks. And yeah, they're going through it too, which sucks for them. Wouldn't wish that on them, but
no, absolutely
I'm not alone, and I can probably get through it, because if they got through it, I can figure it out too.
Yep.
Kind of thing.
I would agree. I would agree. Yeah, so it was just a crazy end to White Lotus. Great season. I thought it was very well done.
Well, in Walton Goggins, so the guy, I don't know their names. I'm terrible. So if you don't know Walton Goggins, he's the one who shot his father. So, or whatever that was. But so he's in a lot of other shows, and he's kind of like, remember when Pedro Pascal was like the daddy of like the time? Like everyone was like he's like, you know, he's a man. He's like,
The
everyone think
daddy?
like the daddy, like not how do I put this? That's what people would call him.
Like the
He's
daddy?
like the it guy. Like the it guy,
Oh.
like he's hot, you know, and he's
The
in a popular
dad?
shows. That's what they called him. They're like even girls
I don't
were
even
like,
call my own dad daddy. It's just dad. Guys don't do
no,
that.
not like a father figure, but like
Oh,
the
then again,
sexual.
Tom Brady, I'd
Yeah,
call you
that's
daddy every day.
exactly. That's what I mean. So the way you said that, that's what I mean. So like he was just really popular at the time, and he was all over the place. Well, I think that new person is Walton Goggins because he's in White Lotus. He's in The Righteous Gemstones as Baby Billy, Baby Billy's Bible Bunkus. Fucking love that show. Oh, Brian, you have to watch it. You'll love it. He was in Vice Principals.
I don't think I've seen that either.
You would love that one as well. And then he's in the oh god. It's on Prime. It's like the Pip-Boy thing. It's based on that video game.
Fallout?
Fallout, yeah, the Fallout series.
Fallout was great.
Yes, so he was in that. He played the
Wait,
skeleton
is he the...
dude. He's the skeleton guy.
Oh, the creeper.
Yeah, the creeper. So
that
he's
was
that
such
guy.
a good show. Are we getting a season 2 of that?
Yes, they
Awesome.
did renew for a season 2. So that one, he's all over the place. This guy is like skyrocketing to the top right now, and I am so here for it. I think he's a genuine person. You follow him on he's like the new it guy for GoDaddy, which I think is where the daddy thing came from.
Y'all got
honestly.
an obsession with daddy.
Yeah.
Y'all got daddy issues?
Walton Goggins
how would your dad feel about you calling all these men daddy, Jordan?
I don't know, Dad. How do you feel about
Do
it?
we can have a therapy session? Mr.
I
Jordan.
don't have daddy issues. I promise. My dad's the best. I don't have daddy issues.
Mr. Jordan.
I do not have daddy issues. I promise you that. Thank you for being an amazing dad. Dad, I love you, and I hope you start crying from seeing this.
Oh.
High five, girlfriend. That's what I always say to him when I was like, I don't.
Your poor dad.
He loves me. I'm
He
like,
loves
just, I'm
Does
a
he tell you
weirdo.
you're special?
Sometimes. I'm a lot more obnoxious now because so my brother, he suffered a traumatic brain injury 5 years ago. So he requires them to care for him 24 hours now. And his humor's still there and all that. But so I'm probably really annoying these days because all I care about when I'm in Zach's presence, my brother, is making him laugh. So I'll just say the most, and that's how Zach used to be, on his own. He would just say the most off-the-wall fucking shit just to get people to laugh. So I've kind of taken over that slot a little bit. And Zach's probably listening to this too. Hi, Zach. But so yeah, my favorite thing is just to make him laugh. So I'll say the most, I'll make fun of my dad in front of Zach just to make him laugh, and he'll be like, dumbass. He'll add to it, and it's so funny. And I'm sure that could be a little overwhelming sometimes, but I'm just trying to bring the Zach out. In
I get it. I came down the hallway at work the other day after choking on a Triscuit. Those fucking things are dry.
Chew then swallow, Ryan.
Well, yeah. So I took a bite of probably a half of it, and I breathed in. I don't know why, because I'm an idiot, and literally was choking on a half a Triscuit in my office at work, and I'm like,
ow.
So then I tried to drink water, and that wouldn't go down. So I was spitting up all over my floor. So I go walking down the hall, and one of the directors, I'm like, I literally just almost choked to death and died off of a Triscuit in my office. Then everybody in the hallway starts laughing because only Ryan would say something like that. But it really happened. I almost died. Now I laugh about it it was horrible. It was a horrible experience. So yeah, everybody, that was White Lotus. If you haven't gotten a chance to watch all 3 seasons, you should. First season's in Hawaii. Second one is in Italy. And the third one is in Thailand.
Where do you think they'll do the next one, if there is a next one?
I hope they do it in Ireland.
Ooh, that would be fun. Or maybe Greece.
Or Greece. Somebody gets thrown off the cliffs.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I could see Greece or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. Interesting.
All right, so catch us up on 1912.
1923.
Or 20,
but
1912,
good try.
23.
Okay, so it just ended. It just ended, so spoiler alert, I'm gonna get through all of this for the
Word.
most part. So in the first season, basically, like Spencer and his wife, who he met in the first season in Africa, that's the only storyline I care about. Like, that's like the whole thing was Spencer was this war hero who was living in Africa, and then because what he does is he protects the camps of the rich people from like cheetahs and other predators and shit. So that's his job. Like, he has a rifle that could blow a hole through a fucking elephant. Like, it's wild.
Did we have to use elephant as a term?
Well, that's what they say in the show. I love elephants. No, they didn't kill any elephants, I promise.
Unbelievable.
No elephants. The elephants did try to kill them, but they didn't shoot them or anything.
Well, that's good. I love elephants, everyone.
But so anyway, so that's like the first season, and then like they decide to get married, but she's like part of this royal family, so they find out that she wants to be with him, and then they're like, no, you can't do that, like we won't allow you. So they separate them, and that's the ending of the first season. So this whole second season is about, that storyline anyway, there's a few other storylines as well, but it's all about Spencer has to go home because his family needs his help because someone's trying to like kill everyone off and steal their land, so they need him, the war hero. Hi friends, Jordan here with Chaos and Commentary, and I just wanted to really quick mention that this episode is sponsored by HoneyBook. As a small business owner, it took me a while to kind of find the right tools and things that really help me run my business efficiently. But then I found HoneyBook, and it has been an actual game changer. It handles everything from sending contracts and invoices to booking clients, managing projects, all in one place. It actually makes me feel like I have my life together, which is saying a lot. So if you run your own business or side hustle or whatever the case, I cannot recommend it enough. So do me a favor, check out the link in our show notes, and you can get yourself 30% off of HoneyBook for an entire year. When we're just starting out, we know how important every single cent is to us, so you will not be sorry. Again, that link is located in the show notes, and I really hope this helps. Okay, so they got separated, and then the first season ended. So this whole new season, at least the storyline I'm following, they have to like try to figure out how to get back together. And so as they're in the first season, when they're getting separated, they yell, "Meet me in Bozeman, Montana." So this English girl and then Spencer, who like is from Montana, are both like on their each individual journey of getting back together. They're married. They are true love. They want to be together. And so they go through all this bullshit to get back. And guess what happens, Ryan?
What happens?
She dies. She fucking dies. Not only does she die, she was pregnant, gave birth to the baby like 4 months premature. The baby lives, but she dies because she was stuck in a car like and freezing to death, and like all of her hands and her feet, they were gonna have to cut off her hands and feet in order for her to live. And she says, no, I'd rather just spend as much time with my baby as I can, because what good am I going to be to this baby with like no limbs? She dies.
True.
And then she's just dead. And then that's it.
That's pretty depressing. 19.
You know what? I did think about it though. So I was initially like, fuck off. You guys suck. Because the 1883 didn't end the way I wanted it to either. And I think the point and the reason they're showing this is just, first of all, like, it used to be really fucking hard to get anything done, first of all. And it's also kind of like that, make it happen or die trying. And
I would agree with that.
You know what I mean? And so like that can be a little bit empowering but scary at the same time. I mean, obviously we have a lot more resources available to us in the modern age, but like, can we just have one nice thing? Just one nice thing.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, like she literally, like, she left her royal family. They cut her off. She was literally ready to live and be with this man and like go to Montana where it's, you know, the winters are brutal and all of these things, and then she's just gone. She's dead.
This sounds just like Meghan and Harry, only like an older version.
Basically,
you know? He gave it all up, or he gave it all up for her.
Mm-hmm. But she didn't die. Anyway, so it was a really good show. I've always been obsessed with the 20s anyway, so it was really kind of fun to see it from like the Western perspective, versus like the glitz and glamour of like, like flappers and whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a really good show. I highly recommend it. But anyway, so I'm sad about it.
Well, yeah, that sounds rough.
What's going on with Yellowjackets? I don't watch this one.
Yellowjackets. My God. All right. So I'm assuming that was the season finale. I'm assuming. So finally, it looks like they're going to get rescued. These two people show up who are scientifically looking at frogs, and then they have a tour guide who I don't think the tour guide is really who he is, but he's dead anyway because the woman's husband. So there was a husband and wife, or a friend and a friend, whatever, the girl and the guy, and they have the tour guide, and they go out and they find the Yellowjackets camp in the middle of the forest. And one of the Yellowjacket girls kills the guy.
Oh, shit.
So then it's just the tour guide and the woman. So the woman starts to hear the forest and all that bullshit, says she wants in, and stabs the fucking tour guide dude in the head. And he was like Crocodile Dundee type, badass kind of a dude. So I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. And then, of course, it looks like Shauna's becoming a complete fucking psycho. And she tried to kill one of the other girls. She was living by a different name. The woman who was scientifically watching the frogs had a daughter.
Okay.
And one of the girls from the Yellowjackets later on, because they switch back and forth between then and now, the one of the girls who was there married that woman's daughter.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But she's got a different name. So this girl doesn't know that she's one of the Yellowjackets, and the fact that they killed her. Wild. Fucking wild. Yeah, so there's that. And then
are you happy with the ending of it?
I was really sad that they killed Van. I mean, she was dying from cancer anyway, but the girl who married the girl killed her. So that was a little weird. And then, of course, I've been watching Matlock. I never liked the old one, but my parents loved it. But this new one with Kathy Bates is fucking amazing.
I still think it's so funny because like that used to be such a sick burn. Like, why don't you go watch Matlock or something? Which
yeah,
you're old.
Or Perry Mason. No, I really like it. It's really, really good. And of course, Wheel of Time for all my sci-fi nerds who are into fantasy and all that kind of shit. Such a good show. That season finale, I think, just came up as well. And then I have to really quickly touch base. Jordan has not gotten to see it yet, but Paul American.
Okay.
All about the Paul brothers, Logan Paul and the other one's like social media. And it's a very interesting dynamic that these two brothers have, right?
Which one owns Prime?
What?
Like the drink.
Oh,
one of them owns that, right?
One of them's a boxer and the other one's like Mr. Social Media.
Okay, it's probably a social media guy.
Okay, so he is like a douchebag.
Weird,
like douchebag, always shitting on his brother. And honestly, the boxing dude, as you kind of get to know him through episode 1, he's really just a motivated dude who found boxing that took him out of like his dark places and just not being a good person into being someone better.
Honestly, I feel like you'd have to be in a tough place to be able to like take that beating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just something that he loves, but his brother never seems to amp him up. He always seems to just shit on the boxer all the time.
Is it boxing or UFC?
It's boxing.
Okay.
He was the one that fought Mike Tyson.
Okay, yeah. I remember now.
So it's really interesting. We're gonna touch more on that in a future episode once Jordan's able to see it. But I just had to. It's weird.
No, go ahead and tell me. Tell me, like, is there anything specific you want to talk about? Because I'll watch it still.
All right. It's just I don't know. I think. Like, I mean, I don't speak to my sister. It'll be 2 years in August, and I'm very happy about that. 'Cause, here she is. Here's the world. Yeah, and I'm just not into that shit. We've always butted heads our whole lives. It is what it is. And I have to tell you, it's been an amazing 2 years just not dealing with any of that. The only thing I miss is my nephew. When each their own. I'm not downing her. She lives her life a certain way. I live mine a certain way. To each their own, live your life. But I would like to think that if we were in each other's lives, like, I wouldn't go out and down you.
Right.
And that's what the brother always does. Like, I feel like if you're going to be family, be fucking family.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the way that my friends treat me and the way that I treat them is that I have your back, and I'm always going to have your back. It doesn't matter if it's the silliest thing or the biggest thing. You should have your family's back.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't do that, I don't fucking want you around me.
Right.
You need to be there through all aspects. And I think at the end of the day, watching the two brothers, like, I would never trust if someone continuously did that to me and kind of just broke me down or tore me down when I was doing big things in my life. You know what I mean? It's just really, it's fucked up. You really have to watch it. And like, the dad's an absolute fucking psychopath. Or he seems in the show anyway, maybe he's not. And the mom is like the sweetest fucking thing in the world. Like, super nice little lady. Like, she's cool as fuck. She's like cool mom. But like sweet. Yeah, I don't know. And of course they're loaded. They're geniuses when it comes to marketing and the internet and, you know, all the social media platforms. It's an interesting watch. I'm anxious to see you like watch it and be like, what the fuck? Because you know who they are, but you don't really know who they are. And I feel like that first episode kind of gives you a glimpse into kind of like what they're really like. So yeah, interesting to say the least.
Do you remember that show Holgan? I think it was called Holgan Knows Best.
I sure do.
Okay, so like when you talk about this show, it reminds me of that. And actually, recently, the wife,
Linda.
I'm hearing a lot of feedback, but it should be fine. Sorry.
You're hearing feedback of what?
I could hear me.
Oh, you froze a couple times briefly. You were like,
yeah, you did too. So it could be my internet or something.
All right.
Anyway, but yeah, so Holden Knows Best. I mean, I always loved that show. I loved watching Brooke and her brother. Her brother used to get in trouble a lot. I feel like there was a big focus on like Brooke and what she can do. But recently the mom from that show, because they're no longer together.
No. Well, she's with like a fucking 25-year-old.
Well, I don't know that she is anymore. First of all, she's looking rough. But second of all, she posted a video about how, like, the whole family's torn apart. Brooke doesn't even talk to them, but Brooke has kids. She's been married. She didn't tell her parents about it. She wanted nothing to do with it. Like, she posted this video of her crying about it and like about how they're no longer together and it's all Terry's fault. Because that's his name, right? Terry?
Yeah, Terry.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, yeah.
Yeah. So all those things. And I'm just like, holy shit, lady. Like, it makes me sad because, like, you know, like even like the Osbournes, you know, that was always like hit
Such
TV.
a funny show.
And I think they're doing relatively okay, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, Kelly lives in a state over for me.
Where?
She's married to the singer of Slipknot. They live in Iowa.
Oh, I had no idea.
I just realized that recently. Like, that's where they are.
I loved her. She was hilarious on Fashion Police with Joan Rivers.
Oh my god! Like, yeah, and like her purple hair. I always loved her purple hair. Like,
yeah.
I've always loved him.
Jack he was a big boy, and he lost all that weight.
Yeah, he's a cop.
He's a cop. A lot has changed.
Yes, he's a cop. Or at least he and his dad had a show where they would just, Ozzy's getting older, so they'd go all around the
they were traveling
stuff. Yeah. But they talk in the show. They talk about how Jack's a cop now.
Oh no shit! Is that still on?
I don't think they're still filming, but I think it's like on one of the streaming platforms.
The Osbournes was one of the most hilarious shows.
Sharon!
Get away from my burrito, you bastard! Like, with the dogs shitting. Stop shitting!
Someone's been in my room stealing my beers from my room. And then, like, Sharon is so delicate. She's like, honey, I don't think so. Why would anyone possibly do that? And she talks so soft. And he's like, like he just,
he's so burnt out.
I love him though.
It's
and I want to rewatch that show so bad, like start to finish. Because
the Osbournes?
Yeah, the clips pop up on my TikTok all the time.
I should do that. I love their she has such a good voice, Kelly too. I remember watching their Christmas one, and she did Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Yep, and she did Papa Don't Preach.
Yeah, Papa Don't Preach.
Which is on the show. But anyway, but no, it's crazy. So so she lives in Iowa, and her husband, he actually recently, within the last couple years, he I think he was on stage. And
I couldn't tell you.
He had like fire got all over him somehow. So he had burns all over his body.
Oh no. That's horrible.
Sorry, my internet keeps doing weird stuff. Anyway, so yeah, they've been dealing with that. I don't know. Anyway, sidetrack.
Your camera is so fuzzy right now. There we go. Now you're back to normal.
With my bandwidth.
It just could be. It happens. There's one other show I need to just touch base on. Have
Okay.
you seen Adolescence?
No.
Apparently, Adolescence was this big hit show over in like England or Scotland, somewhere over there, about this 13-year-old boy who apparently murders some 12 or 13-year-old girl.
Okay.
In the beginning, spoiler alerts, it's so fucked up, and it apparently won awards, and it's like amazing. The police come into the house, the kid's in bed sleeping. I guess he pisses himself. Then he gets like strip searched, and the dad's like, is this really necessary? And like all that. And he's like, it's fine, Dad, whatever. He tells his dad he didn't do it. And then there's like this video of him like pushing this girl and hitting her a couple times. And it goes through this whole fucking thing about this kid, and he's in like a young man's, I almost want to say like rehabilitation. It's not like jail. It's almost like a nice rehab type thing. And then it's the dad's birthday, and I don't know. It ends with the dad crying on a pillow in his son's room.
Okay.
But it's like they never got to like a court case. Like, did he actually kill this girl? Or did he just get into a fight and push her and hit her a couple times? Because it didn't really, I don't know. Maybe I missed the premise of it. I don't know. I thought
Did
it was
you finish it?
It's done. The last episode was the dad on his birthday in the room crying his eyes out on his son's pillow.
Was it one of those shows where like it's like super artistic and like the way they do it, and then they never really say anything?
It was fucking
like you're
weird.
Supposed to just know based on the angles they film in and like the weird things in the backgrounds that, first of all, I almost spilled this, but no one's paying attention.
If somebody killed my daughter,
like directing traffic over
I'm
here.
gonna just be very real for everyone. If somebody killed my daughter, you're not gonna make it to prison because I'm gonna kill you.
Facts.
Period. If I don't get you before, then I'll get you in the courtroom. Believe me, it's gonna happen. I will get you. Like, no. It's just the weirdest no. I'll kill you. Like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I'm just keeping it real.
I mean, I think you just did, so.
Yeah, there's the chaos. Did you freeze again?
No, sorry.
Okay.
I'm getting like hate comments right now.
From what? From what?
Because I posted a social media. Oh my God. So I posted like the trend of the Barbie box thing. Okay, this might be good to talk about on here anyway. So I was like, social media tip, hop on the trends. And I was like joining fun trends like the Barbie box challenge, where you use AI to make you look like a Barbie, which I plan to do for us.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
And I was like, like it's my point was to be relevant with trends, and this is just the one I used as an example.
Yeah.
And I'm getting comments like, maybe don't join trends that support AI usage, just a thought. And then I've got, by the way, utilizing AI to promote your brand is actually anti-human. Do the work yourself. Take a picture, draw something yourself, show your soul. AI is soulless and an insult to everything human has worked for, especially how big corporations are now firing their artists/designers and using their portfolios to get free work. Please stop this trend. AI generators are bad for the environment and steals art from artists to train their generators. The amount of energy needed to power these generators to produce these images is gross. And then someone else is like, humanizing your brand with AI content is bad for artists and the environment. I don't even know what to say.
Oh my God.
I literally just picked a random trend.
You know what? For anybody who is in marketing, you want to stick with trends on all social media platforms. If it's something for work, you're going to want to pop on those sites like LinkedIn, updating your resume on places like Indeed. There's nothing wrong with doing trends. And let's be realistic. We live in a world now where AI is becoming the new big thing. People are broke right now. Jordan, this is for you too. People don't have the money to go out and spend hundreds of dollars to have somebody do artistry when AI can do it for you based on what you want. And you shouldn't hate on people for that. People have businesses. They're trying to save money and support themselves. Don't hate on people for doing stuff. Where did you post that?
On like a women's group. It's a women's small business group. And they're like pissed off at me right now. Holy fuck. God. Sorry, I shouldn't have looked at my phone. Give me one second
totally
to deal
fine.
with this. Like, look at me. I'm like getting hives. Like,
Joe, it's not even worth it. Listen, again, here's just one more example of not empowering the people around us. She's in a women's group, not being empowered by women as a small business owner and getting shit on for using AI. Like, that's awful. I think that's horrible. People need to learn to be nice.
Okay, I posted. I never meant to upset anyone. I honestly just picked a random trend as an example to say that joining trends and relating them to your business, like I in no way was trying to hurt anyone.
I wouldn't have even wrote that.
Oh, I did. But it's like, okay, this just goes back to our point. Like, people are so woke and fucking freaking out. I was genuinely just trying to give a tip for marketing because that's what I do for my business. And everyone's like yelling at me. And these are all women. This is a women's only small business group and they're fucking yelling at me.
Yeah.
Holy
Isn't that
shit.
nice? Yeah. Isn't that nice? See, this is what we're talking about.
Like, and they're being jerks on purpose. Like, it's one thing to educate someone.
Did anybody say anything nice?
No. Not one.
Did it get likes?
Not on this page. Apparently, I joined the wrong page.
Apparently, you joined a bunch of haters.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I have likes from other people from other ones. Because I posted it in more than one group, but this group hates me.
Oh, fuck them. Can't please everybody.
I've got like 9. Yeah, I've got some people who are like, I didn't know this was a trend. Like, this is awesome. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
It's just that one group that's like not.
Maybe that's a toxic group you don't want to be in.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, again, empower the people around you.
Yeah,
you know, you want everybody around you to be successful, and not all of us are in, the same walk of life, doing the same things. But be nice enough to the people around you to help them out and uplift them. You want to see everybody do as good as you. Like, I have friends from all walks of life. I work really hard, so does my wife. And we have nice stuff, don't get me wrong. But I have friends who are doing far better than me financially and my wife, but I'm not hating on them for it. Good for them.
Yeah,
investments and other things and saving got them to where they're at and they're doing great. And then I have other friends who are on their track to moving on to other things. And I love that they ask me questions like, what do you think about this? If I went to this company, I was making this, where could I be? And I'm always going to give you the good advice, like be the hardest worker in the room, and just keep reaching. Like, every time I've moved companies, it was for something better.
Right.
And there was a time actually when Jordan and I worked together where I had hopped jobs, like, I think it was like 4 times in 2.5 years. But every time that I had jumped, it was for more money, in a better position. And you know what? I landed in the position of my dreams, and I'm so happy where I am now. I have the best job in the world. It's very rewarding. So, just keep reaching.
Yeah. That's fucking wild. I mean, like, it just sucks. These people don't know me. So, like, they're not mad at me. They're mad at, situations they've dealt with. And that's what I need to remember. This this has nothing to do with me, even though it's on my post and it's giving me hives right now.
Other people's opinions are none of your business.
Well, but still, I don't think it has anything to do with me at all. They're just utilizing my post as a platform to be like, hey, I know someone who's lost a job due to AI, or like, I don't even know if that's a thing yet. Maybe it is. Maybe it's
AI.
not.
Yeah, it is.
Well, no, I know AI is a thing, but like, I just don't think AI is intuitive enough just yet to take everyone's job.
I would
There's
absolutely
too many
agree.
inconsistencies with it. Like,
100%.
I use it for my job. I mean, I have my own ideas and I use it very minimally. But that's what everything's going towards. If you can't learn how to leverage AI in your business, then you're working backwards. I mean, that's what's going to happen. So what, that's what I bring to the table.
Unfortunately, you got to go with trends. It's 2025. This is what's out there.
And it's not even just the Barbie trend. Like, it's just like, for example, I mean, I work with several people. I manage their social media for them. And, what I do is I save them time and money. Instead of them investing in all of these AI tools to do it themselves, I'm the person who does it because I've learned how to use the tools. And I've invested in the tools already. I have them in my toolbox. You're paying me to use them.
Yeah. Worth it. Save yourself some money. Listen, haters going to hate. It just happens sometimes.
Ugh.
So I want to thank everybody for coming back and checking us out. It was so much fun to hang out today, Jordan. I missed your face. And we'll do some more. So everybody, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow. And as always, hit that bell. I cannot wait to see you guys again. And please don't forget to check us out next Tuesday for chaos and commentary.